Hi, it's Adrian here from Northwave Engineering, and today we're looking at a case study of a site we have worked on over the past few years in various stages. It's Smitham Holiday Park here in North Devon. They approached us originally about 5 years ago. It's a 35-acre site, it's a family-owned holiday park, and there are two main issues on this site. One is the mobile phone signal is terrible, so they cannot rely on that around the site for communication very well. And secondly, they don't have much infrastructure in place for networking and for Wi-Fi. So they called us in to see what we can do. So the specific issues for this site are that they had very limited Wi-Fi coverage. And when you've got guests, if you're running a holiday business yourself, you'll know that guests either want something that just works or don't offer it at all. And with the situation they had, Wi-Fi was sometimes working, sometimes not. So that was the first issue. Secondly, as I've said previously, there's not a very good phone signal here. And thirdly, the site was fairly well established. So the idea of being able to dig up and put new cables in really wasn't an option to start off with. So those were the three challenges we were faced with. So the first stage for us was to come down to site, meet with the owners of the holiday park, and establish exactly what they wanted. And for that, there were three main things. One, they wanted a robust system that was easy to manage. Two, they wanted a system that was scalable because they had plans longer term with the holiday park, and they didn't want to be replacing equipment in a year or two's time. And thirdly, they wanted the ability to be able to charge for Wi-Fi. So not just give it away for free, but to have options for people that either owned caravans on the holiday park or for people that were coming down to stay. So stage one of our solution was to address the situation with the connection to site. At the time, it was on a copper cable. It was very, very slow, very intermittent, like much of sort of rural Devon. It wasn't a great connection. So there were two options: either go for a satellite-based Starlink connection or get a dedicated leased fibre line put in. So the owners decided that the leased fibre line was the better option, more robust for the future, and allowed better expansion. Step two was then to work out how to get Wi-Fi across the site. We knew we couldn't dig up much of the roadwork or the existing infrastructure, but they did want something in that would work for that season at least. So our first option was to just get Wi-Fi outside, covering as much of the site as possible, so that people could walk around, roam from one area to the other without any loss in connection, and also allow the owners to use their phones across the site so that they could then actually have a phone signal and call over Wi-Fi. So we decided that at that stage it's probably best to put in a mesh system. So we used a ubiquity system that allowed us to mesh from one point to another from different access points across the site. You can learn more about how meshing works and other types of connections on some of our other videos. But for this site at that time, a mesh system was the best solution. So once we got a mesh system all up and running, stage two was to look at the longer term plan for the site. And there were 5 main areas on the site, 4 at that point, and then a 5th area that they were looking at building. So over the off season, we worked with them to dig out trenches, put in ducting to allow us to run fibre optic cable from the main reception area where the connection came in out to these 5 different points. That allowed us then in the future to actually put wired connections in and start to build the system more. So we managed to solve the problem of getting Wi-Fi across the site. It was great. Customers were happy. Our clients were happy. Everything was good. The only problem we had then is that trying to get signals into the static caravans that were owned by certain people on the site was a little bit trickier. Static caravans, if you own a caravan site, you'll know that they act like a Faraday cage. They do not allow Wi-Fi signals in very well. So we had to install a second system, which was all in the longer term plan, which was a point-to-multi-point system where we could put dedicated routers and connections into each static caravan. The owners here decided that they weren't going to roll it out to everybody, but they were going to offer it as an option. So therefore people could pay to have it installed in their caravan, and then they could pay a yearly fee for a much, much faster connection that was there year round for them. So the way our system probably differs from some of the other providers out there is that we don't charge a monthly fee to manage it. The system is yours. You purchase the equipment, we set it up for you, and we also educate you on how to how to administer it and how to manage parts of it. So here at Smitham, they are quite happy sorting out vouchers for people for paid internet usage. They're quite happy sorting all of that out. The only time that we come in is if an issue is flagged up. We can see it at our end on our monitoring system, and then we can come in and intervene if necessary. But overall, it's owned by the holiday park. They manage it and they run it how they want to. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more and are looking at a solution for your holiday park or looking at a way of improving the system on your holiday park, just let us know. Drop us an email at info@northwaveengineering.com or fill in the contact form on this page and it will get through directly to me or Tom, the other director.